And what was your experience when you returned to Australia?
We were scorned. We went over there being loved,
Yeah.
came home, and there was a lot of division in families, friends. Yeah.
And you came home to Adelaide?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how did you feel about the war then, after that? Because you said you were disillusioned. Did you...
Well, I don't recall having many thoughts about it. We were unwelcomed at the RSL through the national president, Bruce Ruxton.
Yeah.
So I basically disassociated myself with anything regarding the war, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't go to reunions. You know, as I say, we were unwelcomed. But the first time I joined the RSL was when we moved down from Darwin to here in 2006.
Mm-hmm. And you joined the Tawantin RSL?
Yeah.
And so how do you feel about it now? Do you just have moved on from it?
Yeah,
or?
moved on.
Yeah. Sort of put it behind you?
Um,
You've returned to Vietnam, haven't you?
yeah.
And tell me a bit about that, what you think about.
Well, I noticed the Vietnamese. I met up with some vets over there, and they were working and even drinking and socialising with ex-North Vietnamese army.
Yeah.
It appeared that the Vietnamese were able to move on. So be it. So adopted that attitude that, you know, whilst it's to be remembered, but move on.
Yeah. And you do a bit of work with the charity as well, don't you?
We do.
And do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, when my wife and I cycled through Vietnam and ran into these guys, they were volunteering, and we were going to go back to Vietnam and volunteer. Anyway, after cycling through Cambodia, I learned a bit more about the bombing of Cambodia by the Americans and the Pol Pot regime, and the humble conditions they were living in, whilst there's a lot of Vietnamese, mind you, still living in very humble conditions. We decided to volunteer in Cambodia.
Okay.
And that's what we do now.
Yeah. And what's that? What charity is that one?
That's our charity is Khmer New Generation organisation, but we partner with Project Vietnam and build houses and toilets over there, and we've got a school.
Yeah.
Sponsor children. There you go.
And you do a lot of fundraising here and go back.
And we do a lot of fundraising here.
Yeah.
Go back annually.
Yeah.